even if you're fearful of the consequence, because the bigger consequence is not being right with God when you pass. Tim Morgan writes, for the investigation for Charlie, we love you. God bless. Thank you so much. Caitlin writes, my brother H.M. passed away in 2021. He often spoke about how he knew he was not going to live past 40 years. He was saying this when he was in his 20s and he was 41. Yeah, Charlie said a lot more. He said a lot more. And I'm going to keep it close because I do think a part of it was prophecy. Now,
Okay, well, look,
Interested
she
in
already at
mushrooms?
1 million views on this
Do
one,
you
and
like
it dropped
drama?
7
You'll love
hours
this.
ago.
I'm Matt, a food scientist.
Let me, hey, with the man.
all right, it's in that Mikey McCoy walked away
Hold
so.
on, right, let me.
All right,
I
you
was trying to
guys.
thumbs
So
up.
here's what's going on today. Turning
Okay.
Point USA has issued a statement. A couple of
What
statements,
now? Every
actually.
time you drop a video, they
For
always
one, they say the
talking.
reason that Mikey McCoy walked away so
They
swiftly.
always responding to her without responding to her. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we can look,
Charlie got shot is because Charlie himself told Mikey to do that. Charlie.
What the? So he knew he was gonna get shot?
If somehow drilled into Mikey McCoy's mind
If I
exactly
get shot,
what he should do
then you
in
need
that
to turn.
circumstance.
That don't even make sense.
Are you buying that? Any
That's
buyers
a bunch
of
of
that? I'd like to
bullshit.
know, because if there are,
Then
I'd
that
like
mean
to
that
inform you.
he would.
Didn't want to say it this way, but I am in fact a Nigerian princess.
Oh.
I'm stranded currently on an island.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to need you to send your credit card details right now so I can return home. And if you do, I will transfer you $1 million when I get back to my kingdom.
Who had did that? Who had did that little scam? Who was that little white girl? Vicky Woe? Uh-oh.
Frank Turek is also being
Who
added
is
into the
that?
mix. He is telling me plus
Who is
other
that?
conspiracy theorists to shut up unless we have the facts.
I like that blazer.
Okay, Frank, challenge
Okay,
accepted.
gray
Let's learn
shirt
some
on the
more
back.
facts today.
Who is that?
Lastly, in case you missed it while I was away,
Yeah.
they infiltrated our book club.
Oh,
Book
no.
club has gone viral. My one safe place. I only had one safe space, and it was my book club. And the Zionists are now there. And they say, you guessed it, I am going crazy. Welcome back to Candace.
Oh, my goodness. The Zionists. Oh, my goodness, Lord. Put that music down, honey. Oh, my goodness. Child, look, I gotta keep up.
Today is actually a really important episode. I
Okay,
want
go
you
ahead
to
then.
pay attention, very close attention to what I'm about to share with you. A lot of this is gut instinct. That's what we do here.
Sure.
And I think it will change the way you think about the world.
Okay, I
I'm going to
can
start
do
by
that.
building upon what we discussed yesterday.
Okay, let me put
I
me
had
on the
mentioned
charger
to
because
you
I'll be
all,
wasting
honestly,
battery.
that something was
74.
happening in April of 2018.
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of things
The
actually
text
were happening
messages.
in April of 2018.
What?
But of course, hindsight is 2020. I'm going to share some things with you. I don't know what
Hindsight
everything means,
is
but I know that it means
2025.
something. Back when I did my initial tribute video to Charlie, some people took issues theologically when I said that the day that Kanye West tweeted, I love the way Candace Owens thinks, Charlie and I freaked out because we were convinced that we had somehow manifested that. I'm aware, I've received tons of emails. This goes against Christian doctrine. This was 2018. I was not a Catholic, and I think it's important to discuss that and why we thought we manifested that, because it is extremely relevant to what took place thereafter. I have to explain that moment to you.
Okay.
As I showed you yesterday,
that blazer.
Charlie was having a lot of vivid dreams. Dreams that he said he had throughout his entire life, that he was going to die in a really tragic, quick way. But especially in April, he was having vivid dreams that something big was about to happen. This is in the weeks leading up to the tweet, okay? Full stop. Charlie knew, and I felt that we were on the brink of something big. Okay, you have to remember, we were young. I'm a lot older than Charlie. I was Charlie 24 at the time, maybe even 23 years old at the time. And we were doing the Fox News Gambit, every show on Fox News. But I was really just focused on BLM, Black Lives Matter. I felt they were lying to Black Americans and it was going to harm us. Neither one of us was very well known at this time. We had just kind of gotten together the November before. And it is just a fact that we were listening to Kanye West music every day. I mean, literally every day, especially the song Power, okay? I was telling Charlie explicitly, we have to get to Kanye West. I can tell by his music, this is what I'm saying to Charlie, I know these lyrics inside and out. This person does not want to be a part of the system. If we can get to Kanye, I think he'll join my Blexit move.
I still ain't heard the song yet. Now I feel bad because, you know, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get around to listening to it. It's such an old song because he just dropped an album with Ty Dolla $ign. And then there was some issues with that.
I mean, I gotta wake up Black Americans to this scam, that they're using our race to control our emotions, which now to me seems so molecular because I see how much bigger the issue is. But I just knew that Kanye West was not a part of the simulation, so to speak, and that the song Power, as Kanye said, is a battle cry to be yourself because of the lyrics. And I have this old text that I'm gonna show you from Charlie. This is April 13th, 2018. This is what I said to him, just so you can kind of get the vibe of what was going on. I said, yo, Kanye West writing a philosophy book called Break the Simulation. We need him, Charlie. He is Blexit AF. And Charlie wrote back, I love Kanye. He's my soul brother. I will find a way to him. I promise we have to.
If you've got a menopause mustache and you're not...
I don't have no menopause mustache, ma'am. Not that I know of. I haven't even started yet. But it could be there. You never know. But I ain't going through no menopause.
To look at that and realize that he's about to tweet us, about to tweet me. So there was this incredible buildup, and we felt this palpable energy, a shifting almost that we kept discussing in all the messages. We're like, something's happening in April. Something's happening.
Okay.
And then on April 16th, Mike Cernovich, you might be familiar with him, he does this series of tweets, having not spoken to me or Charlie about how we were feeling, saying that he was speaking to a lot of his friends who could feel that there was some sort of an energy shift happening.
Okay.
So you imagine, we're like, what? There is something definitely happening here. How could Mike Cernovich randomly be tweeting this series of tweets? It shocked me. So I sent those tweets to Charlie. I'm going to show you that now. These are from Mike Cernovich. He has since deleted these tweets, but you can ask him. He wrote, a change in energy. This is Mike Cernovich. A change in energy which stuns high consciousness people does not mean bad. It simply means that it's cosmic. A paradigm is shifting. Something is happening, and that people get angry at me shows the shift. Why care? The energy manifests itself in different ways. He goes on to say, several high consciousness people I've spoken to independently told me about feeling a shift in energy. Something is going on. It happened 2 to 3 weeks ago. I'm not talking politics or elections. It's much bigger. Energy shift. I saw this and I obviously screenshot it. I sent the tweets to, not screenshot, I just sent the tweets to Charlie. And I said, Charlie, what the F? I had a bad potty mouth in 2018. Going through these tweets, I realized that I don't swear nearly as much or at all anymore. And then Charlie said, yup, we felt it too. Remember, I told you, the dreams got darker. Again, I'm painting a picture here of what was going on. We're going to get deeper here on what transpired. On the eve before Kanye West tweeted us, again, we are still in April. This is April 20th.
Okay.
The evening before Kanye West tweets me. Okay. Charlie messages me and he says, I'm on a run and I'm blasting Kanye West and we're on the brink of something big and like this is our time. I'll show you that tweet. Night before. I'm listening to Kanye and just running my streets. Are you ready for the war that's coming? We're going to fight. We're going to win. They will lose. I said, so exciting. It's our time. He said, yes. And then the next morning, as you can see, I woke up to news of the tweets and I said, please pick up because I was shaking. And then Charlie wrote back and said, I am freaking the F out. When I said to you guys, you had to be there, we were certain we had manifested. It was kind of freaky. That's the right word. We were freaking out going, how is this real? How did we know what is happening right now in the world? And yeah, Kanye sent this now infamous tweet. I love the way Candace Owens thinks. I want you to know this.
10:15 a.m.
Everything for Charlie and I changed in a blink of an eye in that moment. And retrospectively, it would
The
never be the
power
same
of
again.
manifestation.
It was indeed a paradigm shift. I mentioned
Okay.
to you guys yesterday that I remember that we both watched Scott Adams. I did not know who he was at this time. Again, I was very green and I'm not an overtly political person. So I didn't know who Scott Adams was, but I remember vividly watching him draw on a board and explain to his very many followers that something much bigger had taken place and that people needed to pay attention to this tweet for almost cosmic reasons. Let's take a listen to what Scott Adams said on that day.
What did he tweet? He tweeted, I like the way Candace Owens thinks.
Prisons of the mind.
7 words.
Oh.
And he ripped a hole in reality with 7 words. Because Kanye is supposed to be over here. And Candace is supposed to be over here. And they're not ever supposed to say the other one said something, right? Right? That's not supposed to happen. But Kanye did it anyway. Kanye knows history doesn't repeat. He's not a prisoner of the mind. He knows that the problem is not the solution. Whatever you want to say about Kanye's politics, and I don't even know what his preferred politics would be. I'm not even sure what party he would run for it if he ran for president at this point. Whatever else you want to say.
How ironic is that? Because he actually ended up running. Amazing.
About him, and I don't know enough about his actual, management skills or political ability.
Sure.
But he did something that you could rarely see.
Okay.
He actually just altered reality. He just made the entire conservative Twitter sphere just go something like this.
Twitter sphere. Oh, interesting. He altered reality. Okay.
It's like your head just went.
Right.
What
He's
did I
so
just
silly.
say? Did I really see this? Now forget about, which of these views you like the best.
Sure.
That's not even the story.
Right.
Forget about whether you think Candace has everything right or
Right.
everything wrong. That's not the story.
Right.
The story is that these two people that shouldn't be in the same conversation
Right.
in 7 words, Kanye just changed that. And he just freed a lot of people from a mental prison.
Ooh.
Kanye, in 7 words,
Look, she finna talk. Hush.
unlocked a mental prison. And is bringing you to
Golden age.
the golden age.
Oh, goodness.
Write this date down.
Look.
October-
YouTube know when to take that commercial break. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. That is pretty powerful, huh? And it wasn't just Candace and Charlotte who had saw it. Interesting. Very interesting.
I look back on that and I find that clip to be really fascinating.
Yeah,
and here's
I
why I will
did
tell you that
too.
happened thereafter in short order, because it was definitely something.
Short order.
I believe, and I'm saying this retrospectively,
Okay.
that from that moment onward, Charlie and I were assigned handlers. Okay, this is an expression that Kanye used to say, have a handler. I thought that he was just saying that. I thought that he was referring to just Hollywood. I now very much believe that I have had handlers since 2018. And that things were done intentionally to pull me and Charlie apart. Now I'm going to tell you how I remember it in no particular order, okay?
Okay.
I tweeted back at Kanye and I said, please take a meeting with us. And before I could hear directly from Kanye's people, I heard from David Horowitz of the Freedom Center. He's the one that first invited me when I was going viral on YouTube to speak at his conference. You should also know that he is the father to Andreessen Horowitz, the one that Bibi Netanyahu is insisting should, or stepfather to. He wants Andreessen Horowitz to be a part of this group that buys TikTok because, and this is relevant, they think it's important for warfare, psychological warfare in the future. It's relevant. He was very nice in his message to me, said, oh, my son knows Kanye. and I would like to facilitate that meeting. Suddenly they get Eric Weinstein involved, and he reaches out and he pretends that he wants to be a friend to me. He's a bad person, I can tell you that
Brother.
right away. And I learned that very quickly, but at the time, Charlie and I, we were pro-Israel. That's, I think, kind of relevant. And we were just so amazed by the tweet that we thought all of these people, like this was just our moment, as in
Right.
they really did just want to help.
Right.
Another player in this was Rick Rubin. Yeah, the big music industry, Rick Rubin
Wow.
also got into the mix and
How?
wanted to facilitate certain meetings. I took it again as a sign of help. On the Turning Point USA side, Tyler Boyer, who I could do a whole episode on, is actually he's more so relevant that I can't fit him into just one episode.
Ooh.
He was with the only person that was with Charlie before. He introduced him to every person that Charlie knows. He starts hiring a bunch of people, telling Charlie that we need to hire bigger and more professional money raisers, PR people like Andrew Cole, that you name it. And it feels like at every moment there were forces that were trying to tell us this is not allowed to happen. Kanye's handlers are telling him, Kanye's got a team of people telling him he's not allowed to be involved in politics. And he's getting angrier and he's getting angrier about that. This is in the time of Kim Kardashian and Kanye. She wanted nothing to do with it, okay? I've been to their house,
Oh.
and
Oh.
political friends are
Look,
telling
I'd have been
Charlie and
there.
I, don't get involved with Kanye because he's crazy. You guys are on a trajectory. Don't speak to Kanye. It's going to backfire in your face. And I'm like, no, we dreamed this. We want him to be a part of Blexit. Like this.
She just named a lot of people, Lord. Whew. She just named a lot of people.
It's exactly what we wanted. At the exact same time, I felt, and you have heard the story very many times, Charlie has told it, I have told it, out of nowhere, I got this spiritual pull that I needed to go to the UK. Charlie and I had no business in the UK at all. There was no reason for us to go to the UK. There was nothing happening in the UK. I have the messages. I'm like, Charlie, we should go to the UK. I don't know why. I'm getting the vibe. We need to go to the UK. We need to go to the UK. We need to go to the UK. Like, we got to go to London. And
Specifically.
we did in the future. But first, dealing with this sort of pressure cooker that kept happening between Kanye, me, Charlie, it was in October, after Kanye had helped me to start designing the logo for Blexit, that Kanye's pressure cooker got too hot. And basically, they told him that he would lose everything, his marriage, this, that, if he didn't abstain from politics after he notoriously went to the White House in the MAGA hat.
Right.
And he needed to distance from us and, of course, Blexit. And he cracked. You guys remember this headline. I'm taking you back 2018. Kanye West distances himself from Blexit and Trump. He says, I've been used to spread messages. Kanye never wrote this statement. One of his handlers did, but he said, my eyes are now wide open and I now realize that I've been used to spread messages that I don't believe in. I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative. Now, that was not the most honest interpretation of things, and I reflect on it, and I'm so grateful that I called Mike Cernovich and I said, like, why is Kanye doing this? Why is he saying this? I have pictures of him standing over the guy, directing him on what he thought was cool with the logo. Like, should I drop them? And Cernovich gave me really sound advice and said, don't. You have no idea what he's going through. And I'm grateful to Cernovich for that, because I now know what Kanye was going through.
Right.
And what that pressure is like, and when they come for your family and come for everything. And it's like, all you have to do is disavow this or disavow that,
Right.
and everything will go back to normal. So, yeah, Kanye, I totally understand it. It makes perfect sense to me why you had to say that. Anyways, I think I was saved. I look back and I think I was saved by this weird pull that I had to go to the UK. It was, now I realize, an unexpected anomaly. My husband, how I met him, this unplanned trip on nobody's calendar. Nobody was setting it up. I just like, Charlie, get a meeting with whoever, make anything happen. I need to be in the UK. I just think that like something good will happen if we go to the UK. And it's kind of beautiful that the person that Charlie reached out to and said, can you put together just any place for Candace and I to speak at, was John and Arena Mappin, the lone
Who wrote the
donors
letter.
who wrote that beautiful letter that
Right.
has impacted the world, like true friends of Charlie,
Yeah.
who stood up and said that what Turning Point USA is doing is wrong.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we had an event, and obviously, I first set eyes on my husband, and I have told
Oh.
you guys the truth. I
Not
looked at
set
him,
eyes.
and everyone's like, why'd you get engaged after 18 days? I have never, it's inexplicable. I looked at him, and I felt like I had already known him, and it felt exactly like seeing a sigh of relief. Like, it felt like a sigh of relief. I was like, I need to go with him. 2 months
She's so funny.
later, and with that event in London far behind us, so that was in December that I met my husband, that I convinced Charlie, took his credit card and booked the flights. John and Arena made the event happen. 2 months later in February, something really strange happened.
Uh-oh.
Someone, and I believe it was someone at BuzzFeed, cut a
Oh.
clip of a video from the Q&A portion of that UK event. This is, again, over 2 months later. And they stripped the question that was asked of me. You'll remember the scandal. What I'm about to tell you about this is crazy. Again, I was green, so I didn't understand why suddenly they were sharing a clip and they were saying that I was justifying Adolf Hitler killing Jews. A person asked me, Candace, you describe yourself as a nationalist. That is sometimes a dirty term because people don't like the words nationalism. And I answered by saying, well, that's because they wrongly attributed to Adolf Hitler and he wasn't a nationalist. I didn't even mention Jews at all. I'm going to actually show you what I said, and I was standing next to Charlie when I said it, which is relevant. Take a listen. Yeah, I agree. I actually don't have any problems at all.
Look
with
at
the
the
word
young
nationalism. I think
Candace.
that it gets, the definition gets poisoned by elitists that actually want globalism.
Look at
Globalism is what I don't
Charlie.
want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just
at
wanted to
this
make
young
Germany great and
Candace.
have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German, everybody to look a different way. That's not, to me, that's not nationalism. So in thinking about how it could go bad down the line, I don't really have an issue with nationalism. I really don't. I think that it's okay. It's important to retain your country's identity and to make sure that what's happening here, which I think is incredibly worrisome in terms of the decrease in the birth rate that we're seeing in the UK, is what you kind of want to avoid. So I don't have anything problem. I have no problems with nationalism. It's globalism that I try to avoid.
Wayfair presents Often.
Child, do you see that young Candace, honey?
Now I know that these online campaigns are inorganic and that what actually happened was this was a hit. This was a hit. They pulled the clip, and then a bunch of people wrote articles saying that I supported Adolf Hitler, and that I said if Hitler had just wanted to make Germany great again, then okay, fine, that's fine. No context again.
Right.
And it was like a severe cancel culture attack saying that I supported Jews being killed in the Holocaust. It was insane.
Right.
Again, Charlie and I were very new, and this was very scary. We were kind of coming upon a high point and going, why do people want to destroy us? We don't know what this is. And at the same time, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, and this is, again, another interesting piece of this,
Okay.
issued a statement against my comments. Simon Wiesenthal Center, we're like the official Holocaust people.
Uh-oh.
And this girl is obviously supporting Hitler. It was heavy. It was, it was so heavy, and I laugh in retrospect because
Sure.
I thought it was all real. I didn't realize this was a matrix of people who wanted to pull me and Charlie apart. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put pressure on him. So donors would pressure him and be like, hey, she's supporting Hitler. It's such a bad look. And then they would find me broken and scared and upset and going, I don't know how Jewish people could think that I would support Hitler. And that's what I was
Right.
saying. And this amazing thing happened that despite this, that the hand that came out to me and offered me a job was PragerU. PragerU offered me a job. This is early 2019.
How ironic
and it
is
was
that?
like, hey, like, we know that you don't believe these things. And at the time, I thought they were just being friends. I don't know what to think anymore. Marissa Straight, the CEO, has never shied from telling people that she is, in the IDF. She worked intelligence in the IDF, right, in Israel. And I took the job with them, and Charlie and I still climbed together, but we were also working apart at the same time. He kept doing the campuses and the campus tours, but I was officially working for PragerU. And one of the first things that happened, almost the way it feels to me, was like, we can save you, but here's what you have to do, was Marissa took me to the Simon Wiesenthal Center.
Oh, goodness.
And again, I was so grateful. I was like, who do I have to say sorry to so that they know that I don't hate Jews? This is what happened. I'm telling you, this is what happened in 2019.
I could believe it, too.
And there was like some chief rabbi looking
Oh,
character.
goodness.
And
Not
him and
character,
her
Lord.
spoke in Hebrew. I
Uh-oh.
didn't understand a word of what was said in front of me.
Uh-oh.
And then we left,
Oh.
and everything was fine. My
Oh.
reputation was restored
Oh,
temporarily.
oh, temporarily.
Throughout that time frame thereafter, I'm doing my show. I think my first episode with PragerU was in
Cha. Timeline getting spicy. We ain't even had no ad yet. 22 minutes. It's a whole hour, Lord. And remember, we were supposed to be focusing on chapter 7. We ain't gonna get to it. It's already 1 o'clock.